Scotty, and updates, because I didn't do one last week, because last week got kind of crazy. So, IUD is going mostly well. I had booked a checkup appointment for the 5th of January, but I had to move it up to last week because the string was too long. So that has... Is that the cat? I'll get to that in a second. Yeah, so we had to trim it down and do the checkup then, but overall it's going well. The hormones are sort of... I'm taking a little bit of time to adjust to the hormones. So my sleeping is a little bit more all over the place than usual. And my sweet tooth is come back with a vengeance. So just trying to take it easy with all that sort of stuff. Sleeping when I can, because it's worse than usual, but it has been like a year since I've used any sort of hormonal birth control, so can't be too surprised. Otherwise it's going fine. Is that okay? Yeah, it is. Right. I don't know if that's coming through or not, but there's a cat meowing. There's a stray cat that's been living under our house. It was originally living under the next door neighbour's house. And she had kittens while she was there. So they eventually managed to trap the kittens and get them into a rescue. They got the mother cat into a trap, but the mother cat got out of the trap even though it locked after her. So Wednesday morning last week, I'd finally started to like really doze off. I was almost fully asleep, and then Andrew busts in. Christy, there's kittens. What the fuck? What? And he's standing there holding these 2 tiny kittens. So we found 4 kittens. They were in a concrete hole. Only 2 of the kittens were able to get out of the hole. The other 2 were stuck in there. There wasn't enough space. I don't know how all 4 fit in that hole. It's this tiny concrete hole. There's only one way in, which was the top. So we pulled them out. We put them in a box. We took them up to the vet. Because none of them could open... only one of them could partially open his eyes. The others, their eyes were all gunked up. They had really bad looking noses and stuff. And they were really sort of lethargic and just sort of... yeah, they weren't great. So we took them up to the vet. I called a local cat rescue, and said, hey, we just found these kittens. Do you guys have space? Oh, yeah, we do. Can you get them to Wayland Vet? Yeah, we can. Cool. Well, then I will pick them up from there. Sweet. Thank you. You know, that's good. Like, they're going to a good shelter, like a good rescue. So we got them up to the vet, got them looked at, got them cleaned up, and they said that the lady from the rescue was going to be there soon. So I decided to wait, and it's a good thing I did, because the lady showed up. She wouldn't even speak to me, and she just, like, I was sitting right behind her as she walked in, and the vet goes, oh, and you're picking up some kittens too? She goes, oh, no, I'm not, and then left. And I was just like, I mean, if you're full, then I understand, because it's kitten season. Lots of people are like buying animals as gifts for people, and they might be unwanted, so then they get abandoned and stuff. I get it. Like, it's a bad time of year to find kittens. But you could have told me that on the phone instead of me sitting there for almost an hour, you know, to make sure the kittens got somewhere safe. So then they turned around and said, look, the only thing we can do is we can hold them until the pound can pick them up. But the pound is on strike. So I said, look, give me some meds for them. I'll take them home. I'll borrow a crate off a friend of mine that fosters cats. And I'll try and find them a rescue somewhere, because I don't want them just going to the pound. Because I follow a lot of cat rescues on Facebook and stuff, and I'm always seeing, oh my god, we found this horrible, this cat has been in, like, this horrible condition at the pound, and it's always just, I've always equated the pound with not being very good, basically. So I didn't want to give them to the pound. And I didn't want to leave them with the vet because the vet had a bunch of animals there already, and they're only a small vet, so it's like, I'll take them home, we'll feed them and stuff. So that's what we've been doing. So medication and food twice a day. And because they have cat flu, we have to isolate them. So we borrowed a cat crate off friends of ours. They're set up in the garage. The kittens are 4 weeks old. Still hear her meowing. She's looking for the kittens, basically. But she won't go near them. When we put them out in the garage, after I brought them home from the vet, I put them in the garage. We didn't have the crate at the time, so I just left the door open a little bit to see if she would come in, and she wouldn't come in. I let her get to the kittens. She didn't go near them. And it's only been the last day or two that she's really been sitting and just, she meows for them, but that's about it. But yeah, they were in this tiny hole. Like, she put them in this tiny hole they couldn't get out of, and, left them to fend for themselves. Yeah, not very good, basically. So they're possibly getting picked up this afternoon. It is by a pound, but both me and Andrew have, grilled them about what they're going to do with the kittens and stuff, because I spent, a couple hours calling cat rescues and stuff, and most places are full, and the rest were just like, oh, well, if they're that young and they're sick, we should just put them down. I'm not putting them down. That's fucking ridiculous. No. So, yeah, we have kittens in the garage at the moment. They're in a crate, and yeah, because they have cat flu, they have to be isolated from Illidan. So the process is basically, we go out, we do their meds, we give them food, we come in, we put our clothes straight into the washing machine and have a shower, use lots of soap and everything just to make sure that Illidan doesn't get cat flu. I mean, he's vaccinated against it, but still, better to be safe than sorry. Yeah. So that's what we've been doing. And we're both sort of, we don't really want to get rid of them. We don't want to let them go, because they're adorable, and we had been talking about maybe getting another cat soon. But being realistic about it, it would be better if they were somewhere where people with the resources to take care of them properly, to get them the medications they need, to pay for the vet visits, to then eventually pay for them to get vaccinated and microchipped and desexed, would be better for them. We can't do that, so it would be better for the kittens to do it, but it's also, we've gotten attached already, basically. God, I wish that bike would blow up. But yeah, so between that and the kittens, the IUD adjustments, and then just general life stuff, it's been kind of interesting. Yeah. So I decided to drop my reading challenge for the year down to 120 books. I just finished book 111, which was this one, which is like a young adult set in space sort of thing. It was really interesting. I did like it a fair amount, but towards the end, they did the whole, oh, I love you too, even though they had not very much actual interaction with each other. They never really had a full conversation or anything, so that's still a thing that bugs me with YA. It doesn't all have to be fucking romance and shit. But, yes, book number 11. Why is there a light on in my bag? I had my job network appointment today. Last one for the year. It took me longer to get there on the train than the actual appointment. So I'm not quite ready to take the bus in the chair. So I just go from my house straight to the train station using the chair. So that takes 20 to 30 minutes depending. It's not fun to do in the rain. Really not fun in the rain. But then I get on the train, and my new job network is in St Mary's, which is the next town over, or the next train station over. So it takes, once I'm actually on the train, it's like 4 or 5 minutes. It's not long. My job network appointment was pretty much, because they do things differently. They build a contact list and like build rapport with possible employers and stuff, instead of just, hey, you got a job. So she wanted me to like start working on a list of people who are in charge of employment and that sort of thing at various places. So because of the last week and everything that's been going on, and then spending hours on the phone trying to find somewhere for these kittens, I didn't really get around to calling people, but I do have a list. So I made a copy of the list, I gave her the list, and that was pretty much the whole appointment, was just to give her the list. Which I'm sitting here and thinking, I could have saved myself some time and money and just emailed it to you. And we could have spoken over Skype. Like, it wasn't, nothing really happened in the appointment. It was short. I spent way more time traveling than I did actually here. And there's nothing else I have to do in St Mary's. So, yeah. Kind of annoying, but yeah. So that happened. But on the way home, I figured I'd stop by the library and pick up more library books, because it's not like I don't have anything to read. I still have some library books floating around that I haven't read yet. But I grabbed... Was it just these 3? Yeah. I only grabbed 3. So, The Kill Order by James Dashner. And this is the prequel. I haven't read it yet. I've read all 3 of the Maze Runner series so far, but yeah, this one's supposed to have answers about what happened and stuff, so I got that. This is a novella that looks sort of interesting. It's about, there's a series of 5, and it's about how humans relate to one another. What makes family, what makes us human, and moments that change us irrevocably. So, it seemed interesting, so I picked up number 1. And then book 7 of the Nick Gautier series is out. So I picked that up too. Stash-wise, I have a new colouring book. It's another Not Safe for Work one by James Alexander. I love it. I do it. I really do. Fuck it. Like, I do. I need to... I've been saying this for weeks now, but I still have to edit videos that are still on my camera. I still have to film some more. Yeah. But hopefully, now that, like, this is the last week before Christmas and stuff, hopefully things will start settling, and I'll be able to catch up on everything, because Andrew will be home, he'll be able to help me catch up with stuff, but clusterfuck. Like, I love it. I really do. But, apart from that, there's this site called OzSale, and they do, like, clearance sales and stuff like that for different brands, and it's always different sales on all the time. I've gotten a few things from there. So they've just introduced this thing called Afterpay. Now, Afterpay is almost like a lay-by sort of thing, where you don't have to pay the full amount all at once. You can, you pay it off over, it gets split into 4 payments that are a fortnight apart, which works perfectly for me because I get paid fortnightly. But they send it to you before you finish paying, as I found out, because I'd been talking about getting, like, one of those puzzle storage things. Well, I got one. It's freaking huge. Yeah. So it's massive. But it means I can do puzzles, and on really hot days I can go and do puzzles in the lounge room. Yeah, so this is the one side of it, and when it's laying flat you can like use these sort of sections to sort your puzzle bits. And then it's got, oh, this is really difficult because it's huge. But on the other side, this is so awkward. It's got like a cardboard board, and then like a flat thing. So basically, you have it open. You do your puzzle on that side, and then when you're going to close it up, you just lift this and flatten it on there, and then close it up. It would make more sense if I wasn't trying to do it sideways. But yeah, I got one. And yeah, I'm kind of surprised. Like, you don't have to finish painting it off before they send it to you. So that's cool. But then last night they put up a colouring book sale. So I'm getting 3 more colouring books. And using Afterpay to pay for them. So I'm getting the Megan Massacre marked in ink one that I've been eyeing off for a long time. I'm getting, one's a Pop Manga one that I saw at a bookstore, and I really liked some of the images on the inside. And the other one was, it wasn't the Dracula one. What was it? I'm going to quickly look it up. Which one was it? It was... No, that's not the right one. It was marked in ink. Marked in ink. Oh, God, this is going to frustrate me now. But yeah, basically 3 colouring books, getting them paid off, and they'll send them out whenever they do. And my orders, view details. Imagimorphia, that's the other one. Because I've got the Animorphia one, but I wanted to get the other one too. And they're like $12. So, yeah. They will arrive when they get here, basically. Stitchy updates. I've been focusing on the teddy bear sampler. It's starting to look kind of creepy. You know, like when you're doing things that have faces, until you fill in those faces, they look kind of creepy. And I did do some more on Arthas, but not my big Arthas project, my other one, my pre-Lich King Arthas. It doesn't look like much, but it's a couple of hours of stitching. We went to the pub so that Andrew could watch UFC, and I took some stitching. So, yeah, that's one of his eyes. That's going to be his other eye here, and his eyebrows and stuff. It's getting there. It won't, I mean, it's one of those things, like, it doesn't look like much, but that is, like, overall it's probably about 6 hours worth of stitching. But, yeah, I did do some work on that. I've put in at least 200 stitches on it by now. So I can at least mark that off for the month as being, you know, hey, I've stitched this much. I really think that's about it. Basically, I'm really tired right now. Because like I said, my sleeping's all over the place, and I'm getting sleepy probably around 1 to 2 p.m. and wanting to, like, just getting exhausted and super fatigued around those hours. Sometimes I can sleep, sometimes I can't. So the last 4 days I've had maybe 3 hours of sleep. So right now, because it's just about 1 now, and I'm feeling really fatigued and stuff, and I don't know if I want to lay down for a bit and see if I can sleep, or if I want to get shit done, because I've got cleaning to do, I've got stitching I could do, other craft stuff I could do. There's lots of stuff to do. But whether or not I do or not is another story. I did some washing yesterday, so we're not too bad on laundry. There's a little bit of stuff needs to be cleaned up in the kitchen, but again, not much. I just finished reading a book, so that's something at least. I don't know. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll lay down, read a book, and if I fall asleep, I fall asleep. Oh no, wait, I can't because I'm waiting for a call from the pound about the kittens. Fuck. Alright, so. Yeah, that's basically my life at the moment. It's like, want to get up and do all the productive things, but when I have the energy, it's like 2 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. And hormones are an asshole, and I'm over it. I mean, it'll be worth it in the long run. Yeah. No babies for 5 years, it's a good thing. But fuck me dead, the hormones are killing me, man. Although I'm pretty thankful. It's, apart from the complication with the string, it's been really easy. But it also sort of freaks me out because it's me, and there's nothing about me that has ever been easy when it comes to, like, medical stuff. I've had fuck all cramping, fuck all spotting. I haven't had any nausea, dizziness, anything. It's just that my sleeping's a bit screwed, and my sweet tooth is in overdrive at the moment. Like, that's it. Like, I will get, like, a normal sized chocolate bar, like a thin chocolate bar, not like a block of chocolate, but like a normal sized chocolate bar, and it will last me at least a week, because I can't eat a whole chocolate bar in one go. Last week, I had 2 chocolate bars in one day, because I just needed sugar, needed chocolate. It's weird, but it's hormones. But, yes, that's about it. Like, that's all that's happening, is just it's lots of little things that keep distracting, and like, oh look, I need to go deal with this before I can get back to what I was doing. And yeah, hopefully the break will mean that we can get some stuff sorted and catch up on things, and yeah, we'll see. But that's it for about now. If the kittens don't get picked up this afternoon, and we have them for a bit longer, I will get some video of them, because they're tiny and adorable, and they're gingers. They're 4 weeks old, so they'll be like 5 weeks now. But yeah, that's about it. So I'm gonna go and do some stuff until I can hear from the pound. So, bye.